It's kind of funny how we can really just be ourselves when we're by ourselves, you know? If you're a introvert or a shy person, it's very true. You like that? I don't know what. I just drank some coffee, so uh people are weird. But basically, I've been shy my whole life, right? I've been an introvert, but I've worked on it. So I'm not using that as a crutch like, oh, woe was me, I'll never make friends. If you're an introvert, if you're a shy person, then you would definitely relate when behind closed doors you could be you, or with close friends you could be you. Then once you get into that workspace or new people or social setting, you like clam up, you know? And it's interesting now because YouTube, right? People can record themselves in their comfort zone, in their, little lanai area, and talk shit to a microphone and camera and be like, what's up, But maybe not in person, around totally different random people. And it's funny because people don't really understand, right? I can relate. If you're shy or an introvert, hey, I'm on your team because I know how you feel, right? When you have people that are like, yeah, just go and talk. You just go. And when it always comes from someone who is naturally extrovert, naturally got the gift of gab, I had this situation with my father, he was in sales his whole life since basically 16 years old until now he's in his 60s, but he just always had the gift of the gab, make people laugh, make people smile. And I think his life events are what developed those skill sets, and possibly too just his personality. Some people out the gate have these gifts and they're just like, yeah, you just do it. No different than someone who is an artist just by default, right? They're just like out the womb drawing, heads and figures and painting, and people are like, yeah, you just draw. So you can't really hate on it. Is it a unfair kind of thing? Yeah, it can be. But at the end of the day, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, all right, let me be real with myself. What am I bad at? What am I good at? Okay, bad stuff. How can I improve it? Let's delve into how I can improve it. And that's really being responsible as a person, And not too many people want to be, which is crazy. Like, why wouldn't you want to just hold yourself accountable? Oh, I forgot. Because it takes effort. It's so much easier to just throw other things and other people under the bus and just be like, I am the special child, the world messed me up. Ah! And just like everything else is to blame except just owning the fact that you are you. I suck at some things, let me work on it. And that's how the approach should be. I could have easily done that myself and just been pissed off at the world and just been like, well, this and that, and I wasn't naturally extroverted person, so they should understand me better. And if they don't, well, they're mean people, and I hate them, and I hate people. And trust me, I've been down the hating people rabbit hole, and where's that gotten me? It gets you depressed and not really too happy, my friend. We live we're social creatures. The meat suits that we're hopped into, that's the sound I make when, like, you got a spirit that falls into a meat suit. Kind of sounds like a sloshy bowl of undercooked mac and cheese. But literally, we're the meat suit of the person. We are social creatures. We're social animals. Come on. So you can't just like burn everything down and then be like, I will never socialize with anybody, because that's just going to make your life difficult, especially if you're in business. And I learned this the hard way many times, where, I was working on a business or started a business, and there's a lot of times when you start a business and you just got to put hours in, you got to put the work in, and yes, there's a lot of times where you're just you. But what really does help you grow is networking, meeting people, and having a good personality where people will refer you, and people know people know people. Now, my most recent business venture, that has helped me just dramatically, and I wish I've done it in the past, but I had that mentality and that kind of like lone wolf kind of thing where it's like me against the world. And when you have that mentality for too long, you burn yourself out. And I did. Hardcore. I burnt myself out. So the big mind shift when you're shy is, I know it's tough because especially nowadays, man, people are people and people can suck, right? People can make you feel crappy. And if you're from a very low energy, low vibration kind of place, like where I grew up majority of my life, it can pull you down, and you can witness things, you can experience things of just the worst of humanity, and just be like, F people, man. Right? But then when you're in an environment where people are nice, they're interested in you, they want to help you, they're not trying to do it just to get something out of their own benefit, then you're like, oh, wow, people aren't really that bad. It's kind of like a dog being beat most of its life, and then there's just this one dude that's like, hey buddy, how you doing? And the dog snips at the guy's hand, and he's just like, oh, you almost got me. Here's a bone, And then that dog's just like, is this dude a fucking alien? Like, what is this, So you really have to either change your environment, like if you got a bad relationship with people and you're around low vibing people and just everybody's down and they're just like, everything sucks, blah, 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 let's complain, let's just drink and smoke and whatever our problems away. You really got to be like, all right, check, I'm out. You got to do that, because then you will stifle yourself from experiencing other places or other people. So I would definitely say another thing to help you if you're a shy person is to definitely travel. And I know that sounds scary for some very introverted people, because then you're just like throwing yourself, you're like the baby bird on the nest, don't know how to fly, and your mom's just like bloop, and you're just free falling, you don't know what you're doing. You might just crash into a rock and splatter, or you might start to fly. So you kind of have to do that. And if you're very shy and introvert and you want to just be like, I'm sick of this, I'm tired of this, I'm just, it's not taking me anywhere, I hate being shy, I hate being introverted, hey, you sound like the person that just needs to jump. You're the baby bird that's just like, you're sick of it, boop, go my dude, go and just try to fly and open your wings and just throw yourself into the fire, because it will forge you. And that's a big thing that I've been through in my life. And I'm gonna make a whole separate video discussing this topic, because it's like the fastest way to learn. And yeah, can it be painful and can it be embarrassing if things don't work or if you screw up? Yeah. But man, do you rebound so much faster? So I like to call it kind of like not even trial by fire, just like jumping through the flames, like just doing something, just doing it, and then learning and improving, right? But that's for a whole separate video, because I don't want to diverge too far from this topic now. So if you're shy, travel is a good thing. Even moving to a new place, yeah, if you're in a shitty place, and I know it's hard because I've done it multiple times. You got all your family in one location, you know the area, you know the people, you have your comfort zone. Heck, yeah, it's hard to just up and leave, especially when you got to get a new job, an apartment, get your finances back up, the rebound from what you spent traveling or whatever. But man, I can tell you what, it is the best thing you can do for yourself. It sucks, it's hard, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, right? I'm not gonna say, yeah man, you move, you shift your whole life, just it's going this way and you're like boop, and you shift that, you turn the steering wheel on that ship. It's all good, man, it's all good, brother. No, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's difficult, it's gonna be hard, it'll make you cry. Straight up. There'll be times where you're stressed out and you cry. But guess what? There will be a day and many times where you will be so dang grateful. When you get into that flow of the new place, you will be like, wow, I put up with that BS, that low energy, those people for how long? And this was out here and I didn't even know it? So that's like the first shift, is like, if you really want to change and your environment is not helping you, shift. Even if it's a next town over, whatever, just shift, man. Shift and throw yourself into the fire, or through the fire. Because I don't like saying throw yourself into the fire, because if you think about it, you're just like, yeah, throw yourself into the fire. Well, what are you gonna do? Just chill in the fire and catch on, burn yourself to death? No, just jump through it. It's like a false wall, because you could just jump through and on the other side you're like, wow, I didn't die. Boom, check me out, I'm the fire dude, right? So moving is very key, and it's key because when you're the new person in an area and you get to know people, it becomes so much easier because you're this crazy new person that just moved into town, and you don't have to just walk up to strangers and be like, I'm new here. Hi guys. Hi random person. I'm the new guy. Hi. That's how you creep people out, right? No, but you go to a new place, you move, you get a new job, right? That's usually the easiest thing. You get a new job and the people are like, hey, where are you from? What's your name? I don't think I've ever seen you before. And then you go into your elevator pitch spiel of, I moved from here to there, and they're like, you moved here? And then people are genuinely interested in you. And it's so much easier to talk about yourself when it's, that basic stuff, and it helps build up your confidence and build up your social skills. Because it's not forced. They're trying to gain information from you because you're becoming an interesting person. And that's another takeaway, is you gotta be an interesting person. If you're not doing anything in your life and you're just working at Taco Bell, well, unfortunately, you just tell people, yeah, I work at Taco Bell. Oh, you have any hobbies? No. Do you, train, work out? No. Do you do anything? Video games and porn. That's like, people don't want to hear that, my friend. Never tell someone that those are your hobbies, because yeesh, you better change them up, because that's not interesting. Moving to a new place is good jumping through the fire action, and then it becomes easier to meet people once you start a new job. If you work from home, that's very difficult. So I know that's a new kind of thing now, where people work from home and they're like, now I can live anywhere, and then they move, but they're in their apartment for 8 to 12 hours a day, and then the social time outside of that is a little difficult. So a side tip, and something that helped me a lot, was even if you work a full-time job or even part-time, whatever it may be, right? And you work from home, get a job as a barista or some kind of position that could be part-time, like 1 or 2 days a week, even if it's a couple hours, or even like at a breakfast joint, where you just get up, you work a couple hours. You don't even have to worry about the money. You just treat it as a playground to work on your social skills. And especially barista, because, you practice saying, hello, how are you? What would you like? Gaining information. Oh, how are you? Oh, you're in town? How long you been in town for? Where you from? Oh, wow, Denver? Wow, it's pretty beautiful out there. I never been, and they'll be like, oh, check out blah, 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 and my granddaughter lives here, and, and that's how communication can work between people, especially when you meet them new. And it can help build sales skills, people skills, phone skills. So if you move and you work from home, get a job like that. And if you don't work from home, then whatever job you do get, don't be afraid to share information with your coworkers and explain, oh yeah, I moved here because X, Y, Z, and then they might invite you out to some kind of thing and just go. Even if it's something you're not into, just go, because maybe at that event you might meet other people, and then you talk to those people and they become more of your friends. And then it kind of string alongs, right? It's just like threading a needle and you're just finding this way. And that's kind of how it goes. It's a flow. You can't force it, but you just open yourself and allow and embrace. Because if you don't, it's like being inside, that sounds weird. Being in a river, right? You could either flow down the river or you could fight upstream the whole time. And what happens when you fight yourself up? You fight the river upstream, you get gassed out and you drown. So it's very, very important, if you're shy, to be aware of your environment, analyze it. If you gotta move, move. If you're gonna stay, change up your friend group, get new hobbies, and try to just get out there and just talk to people. I know it sounds so just terrifying. Trust me, I've had people tell me that before, where they're like, yeah, just go and talk to that person. And it's just like, what do I say? What if they say this and I say the wrong thing and then they look at me? Or what if there's that awkward silence? It's just like, yeah, that's life. You're gonna screw up, you're gonna feel awkward, and there's gonna be awkward silence. You're shy. Just be aware of that, right? Like, if you're not owning up to what and who you are at this present moment, it's not an identity. You're not just gonna be stuck in it your whole life. So don't treat it as a crutch and be like, I am this introvert, forever I shall be. That's what people do, and they really pigeonhole themselves. You could be acknowledging that, hey, I'm an introverted person at this moment. Because you got to remember, how you speak these things to yourself really does program your subconscious, like a computer, When you use I am statements, it's kind of like your subconscious is like, oh, he's about to say something, or she's about to say something, and starts the code without you even knowing it. And then whatever precedes that I am statement, guess what? Your subconscious is just like, oh, this is great information. This will help us. The subconscious doesn't know. It's just taking whatever information and just ding, boom. Programming without you even knowing it. And then guess what? Then you're wondering why you don't feel social, or you can't socialize with people, and you're holding yourself back because you ingrained this identity into yourself. So don't do that. You can say, I have to work on this, or at this present moment I am X, Y, and Z. And you could even follow that statement with, but I am becoming bop bop bop. And then don't keep repeating that statement. So like, say that statement when you got to be open with yourself, when you got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, at this present moment, this is where I'm at, this is who I am, but this is what I'm going to become, this is what I'm becoming. And then after that moment when you are upfront with yourself, where you're like, all right, this is where I'm at, this is my baseline, leave the baseline there, and then have the shift in your mindset that I am a social person, I am an extroverted person, I am very sociable, I'm not awkward. And yeah, it sounds like some kind of like repetitive mantra, hippie jargon, but it's not. It does work. And once you make that shift and leave that baseline in the past, then you have a base and you're incrementally going higher and higher away from that. And it's not going to be an overnight thing by any means, my friend. It's not going to be like you wake up and you're just like, I can talk to anybody. You know, like Rigo Suave or some shit, you know? Just run up and shoot your shot and spit some game and you're just like, they love me. But really, it will hit you just one random day, you know? You keep working on it, you keep doing your thing, you keep making improvements, and then one day you're just like, holy shit, I'm here. I'm that thing now. And it's the coolest feeling in the world. And I experienced that for the first time I really did kind of have that click in was kind of with my fitness journey when I was younger, you know? And I got to this point where I was like, wow, I got the physique I wanted. This is awesome. Or when I was dealing with a lot of chronic stress and man, it sucked. And I was just like, I don't want this. I just want to be like the stress-free, relaxed person. Normal stress levels, not like this. And I just kept working on it because I knew I had a problem. I established that baseline. I'm like, this is my problem. This is currently where I'm at, but not where I'm going to live. And then from there, I just kept doing things, learning things, trying stuff. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's a big part of the process is you're going to have things that set back. Not every day is going to be golden, right? But I would have like these incremental things and they're very minute. But then one day you're just like, whoa, I'm that dude that I pictured in my brain. Right on. So understand the process will be, it'll suck a little bit, you know? There'll be good times, there'll be bad times, but you gotta do it. Because if you just stay where you are and you're not satisfied, it's not gonna help you. Alright guys, so this is the point where the camera has died, but the audio is still here. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell on YouTube, subscribe on Rumble, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys expand and work on your journey. In the comment section, if you want to share kind of what you're working with and what you need to improve on, go for it. Share it. We're building a very supportive community, so you know, be like, hey, I'm a shy dude, I'm this person, I'm that person, and establish that baseline and start working on it, start growing. Thanks guys, love you, take care.